Yo, it's your boy King Zero. Just like that, we back at it with another reaction. Ain't finna do no talking. This is the top 10 best, worst criminal sketches. You know how they try to, depict how the criminal look? And I'm talking. I'm ready to laugh. Let's get into it. Hope y'all having an amazing day.
Sometimes sketch artists hit the mark, sometimes they don't. Here are 10 of the best and worst criminal sketches. Number 10. Joseph Weir, one of the worst. This might be the most popular police sketch on the internet, and one glance at this disastrous attempt and it's easy to see why. In fact, why the police would even release a sketch like this is both confusing and perplexing. The sketch is of Joseph Weir, and it was sketched shortly after Weir was wanted for robbing and kidnapping a 74-year-old woman. Police used this sketch to ask the public for their assistance in identifying the perpetrator. Weir had a lot of prior offenses stacking up, including robbery. He was labeled as a persistent felony offender. So shortly after the kidnapping incident, a sketch artist, with the help of a witness, drew up this odd sketch. The sketch circulated, and somehow, someone was able to identify Weir from the sketch. This awful sketch actually helped catch him.
Bruh. Never know what help.
Number 9.
When somebody sends something in on another platform, we download it and upload it to our Vimeo and make.
9. Richard Allen Davis, one of the best. Richard Allen Davis was on the loose when this sketch was drawn. This police sketch is a perfect example of a sketch well done, as the details in the sketch are very similar to the details found in Davis's face. It captures his likeness very well, including the wave in his hair, right down to the accurate length of his beard. Because this sketch is so well executed, police were able to use this sketch to track him down. With the help of the public, Davis was caught and arrested. Number 8. Disproportionate sketch, one of the worst. This police sketch was drawn using electronic facial identification T, more commonly known as EFIT. The sketch was drawn by the Warwickshire Police in Warwickshire, England. The sketch was created from the details given by an eyewitness. Now, sometimes eyewitnesses are not the most reliable sources, especially since the panic or stress of a situation can lead to a skewed memory of the suspect. That is likely the case with this sketch, as the proportions of this man's face are clearly out of whack. The rest of him, though, looks fairly normal.
I'm done.
Before we move on, be sure to subscribe to Daily Top 10s with notifications on so you don't miss any of our videos.
Shout out to Daily 10.
Number 7. Paul Bernardo, one of the best. Paul Bernardo was a Canadian criminal, and the police used the details given by one of his victims to create this sketch. The sketch is surprisingly accurate, and although the hair color is different in the sketch than it is in real life, the eyes are hauntingly the same in both the sketch and real pictures of him.
Yeah.
In fact, the likeness is so great that when one of Bernardo's coworkers saw the sketch, the coworker immediately knew it was him. The coworker promptly called the police, and the authorities were able to find him and make a subsequent arrest. Number 6. The cartoon police sketch, one of the worst.
Yeah, I think we do have his description. Can we take that? Let's take his description.
The lovely sketch was hand-drawn by the witness and has aptly been called the cartoon sketch, given its likeness to a cartoon drawing.
He's got
It looked like it came from Blue's Clues. Y'all ever seen when the Blue's Clues dude be drawing stuff? I'm done.
he's got a nose and some hair that goes like that, and he was wearing a hat.
The sketches of Hung Duok Win, a 44-year-old man who was accused of impersonating an employee at Central Market in Lancaster. While he was impersonating the employee, he took some cash from the till and then bolted. The witness drew this sketch all by herself and then handed it over to the police. You'll notice that in the sketch, the man is wearing a hat, which he may or may not have been at the time, and that his chin is far more pointed in the sketch than it is in real life. In fact, it's safe to say the witness's sketch actually looks nothing like the real man. However, somehow they were able to catch the criminal based on this sketch, which goes to show even the worst criminal sketches can apparently be useful.
Next to the sketch that led to his arrest. Where's the pointy chin? It's uncanny, Lisa.
Number 5. The Muppet Police Sketch.
I'm
The
done.
worst. This sketch is of Glenn Edwin Rundles. The sketch comes from the Lamar County Sheriff's Department. The sketch, which clearly does not really resemble the criminal at all,
He like a
does
Muppet.
resemble something else.
A Muppet.
A Muppet. In fact, the likeness to a Muppet is so uncanny that people have called this sketch the Muppet Sketch. The sketch, which actually does resemble a Muppet, looks like it was drawn by a child for a school drawing assignment. It wasn't, though. It was drawn by an adult. The sketch has gone viral as people from all over the internet have ridiculed this ridiculous sketch. However, surprisingly, this sketch actually could catch a criminal. Apparently, someone who saw the Muppet. Number 4. The Weir.
What was that?
Weird Chubby Man, one of the worst.
Bruh.
This police sketch of a strange chubby man pops up all over social media as one of the worst police sketches ever. It's unclear as to what the sketch artist was thinking when he or she drew this odd sketch. Even if the artist had been given details like eyes that are close together and defined cheekbones, there is no way that anyone in real life would actually look like this. The eyes are clearly way too close together, and the cheekbones in the sketch defy anything found on a real person. It's not known exactly who drew this awful sketch, but it is clearly one of the worst around. And, not surprising, it did not lead to an arrest. Number 3. The Luigi Brother look-alike. Both good and bad. Sometimes a police sketch can be seen as both good and bad, and this sketch is one of those sketches. This police sketch oscillates between one of the worst police sketches and one of the best, depending on whom you ask. Some people claim that it's an awful and hilarious sketch. Others feel that it's a very good representation of the suspect. It's hard to argue against the likeness. The likeness is definitely there.
Yeah.
But one of the issues that people who lean towards the worst have is that, in the sketch, the man has a giant letter A on his hat. People have likened this letter A to the letters seen on the hats of the famous Mario brothers, Mario and Luigi. This, combined with the fact that the man does somewhat look like Luigi, have led people to dub this sketch the Luigi lookalike, or the third Mario brother. In either
Yeah.
case, whether you deem it good or bad, as far as police sketches go, it is mildly entertaining. Number 2. Ted Bundy. Both good and bad. This early police sketch of notorious serial killer Ted Bundy is both accurate and inaccurate.
Yeah.
Although it does bear some likeness to him, there are
Yeah.
some obvious discrepancies.
Lip.
One of the biggest discrepancies is the huge unibrow that is shown in the sketch. Despite the discrepancies, though, people who knew Bundy, co-workers, and the sketch. However, because the sketch is not overly accurate, the police questioned their claims. Bundy was not. Number 1. Lois Gibson. The final entry on this list is not an individual sketch, but rather an individual sketch artist. And although a lot of people sketch criminals for the police, when it comes to police sketches, no one can hold a candle to Lois Gibson. She is a forensic artist who holds the Guinness World Record for most identifications by forensic artists. It's estimated that her work in police sketching has helped solve more than 1,266 crimes. And even more amazing is the fact that she often works with witnesses who have very little details regarding the criminal. Sometimes, the witnesses she works with only saw the criminal for a split second, yet somehow she's able to compose incredible sketches. For example, her sketch of Francisco Cardenas seems impossible. The sketch was drawn from the details given by an eyewitness, but the sketch is not only extraordinary for its likeness of the criminal, it's extraordinary because the witness only saw the man from a distance. In fact, the witness saw Cardenas at a distance of 30 feet as he drove by her at 40 miles an hour. The witness couldn't have seen Cardenas for more than a fourth of a second, but somehow Lois Gibson was able to sketch his likeness in extraordinary detail. Cardenas was caught and sentenced to life in prison.
No.
This is just one example of the amazing sketches Lois Gibson has drawn throughout the years. And because she is so talented, and because she has sketched such successful portraits of criminals, we have given Lois Gibson the top spot on our list of 10 best and worst criminal sketches.
No. So talented. Alright, y'all. Love, peace, positivity. I'm out. Until next time.